You cannot mention top 5 bloggers in Cameroon now without Chaeule, and I think I'm not number 4 or number 5. All right, my name is Chaeule actually. Chaeule.
Okay.
Chaeule. I've heard so many people call me Charles, Chalo, Sholo.
Chaeule.
Yeah, Chaeule.
When did you switch into blogging, and do you consider yourself as one of the best bloggers as at now?
That's a great question. When did I switch into blogging? Like Bruno said, I do a lot of stuff, and I'm very versatile, multi-talented, multifaceted. I started off as an artist when I was in the UK. I'm sure you guys are gonna ask that. But I posted my song like two weeks ago or something, a week ago. Yeah. The song I did in 2016. So I started as an artist, then I transcended into a comedian when I got back into the country, and I started blogging in 2023. What happened was during the World Cup, the World Cup in Qatar 2022, I started posting a lot of sports things, and I discovered that I was doing that on my normal page, my normal Facebook handle, the Chaeule, not the Sangoku one. Yeah. So I saw that there's a lot of engagement. I was like, okay, maybe I can do this blogging thing. And before that, even some people had told me. One of my friends is in Nollywood now, Basek. He goes by the name Grammy Pikin. He was like, Don, when you post things, bloggers pick it up. And the thing was, the time I was on every blog, like people were taking up my things and like, hi, Cameroonian comedian Chaeule is saying that. Cameroonian comedian Chaeule is saying this. So the guy was like, bro, you have this thing in you. Why don't you do blogging? You're good, you're funny, but I think that you will do better as a blogger. So at that time, I was not very, I took that with a pinch of salt. So I started, after that Qatar thing, I started 2023, January 2023, and I think to answer your question, you cannot mention top 5 bloggers in Cameroon now without Chaeule, and I think I'm not number 4 or number 5.
The whole of
you cannot mention top 5 bloggers in the whole of Cameroon. We're not Anglophone. No, how many bloggers are there in Francophone, by the way? I think the highest is Pepezwa, yeah. So after that, so like I said, you cannot mention top 5 in the whole of Cameroon without mentioning Chaeule, the Sangoku blog, and I'm not number 4 and 5.
What makes you feel like you stand in that position?
My blog, like I told somebody the other day, I said I'm a celebrity blogger. All the celebrities are on my blog, and let me say this without fear or favor. They might not be following me, but guess what? Some of them I see them liking. I see some of them PV me and they encourage me, and I feel like I started not up to 2 years. I'll be 2 years in January 2025. So I'm just a year and probably 7 months. You dig what I'm saying? But the level of respect that I command as a blogger, it speaks volume. It shows that when it's your thing, you don't need to rush into it. Comedy was a bit slow. Maybe comedy wasn't my thing like that. Mm-hmm. But trust me, blogging is something else. That the respect I'm getting as a blogger is way, way more than I ever got in any of the careers I've done, whether it's an artist or whether it's as a comedian or whether it's a TV host. Blogging is putting me on a serious pedestal. And I think I'm very, very happy about that.
Don, even under your comment section at times when I scroll through, I see people saying that, when did you become a blogger? When did you become a blogger? Like you are a comedian and all the like. Yeah. But you coming here and categorizing yourself as
top
top three best bloggers in Cameroon, not Anglophone entertainment industry. In Cameroon. It's I don't know how to put it. It will actually
mind blowing.
Yeah, it's really
mouth watering.
Like I understand you've been very consistent.
Yeah,
I really follow you. I
Thank
appreciate that you've been consistent. I mean, you've even given me
some deals. Yeah,
I understand. Yeah. So now it means people are actually coming to.
I'm always going to come by the way. I have one for you again tomorrow. I'll call you.
Thank you, bro. Yeah. And a lot of people are actually coming to you for deals because if you see someone who's actually pushing a particular project, you will know.
Yes,
not just taking random trends and posts. No. Because when I check on your page, I see that you are consistent on posting some particular people, which means you are working with them.
That's right.
It means the blogging thing is actually paying off and people are actually recognizing you. But my worry is you categorizing yourself as one of the best when it comes to bloggers in.
Okay.
Do you have a website?
Let me. I don't need to have a website. I don't need to have a website. I don't think website is a yardstick to judge a good blogger. No, I don't need to have a website. I might never even have a website. You see, I don't do traditional blogging. The kind of blogging, that's why my blog doesn't have this one blog. No. Somebody said, no, you're not a blogger because you don't have a blog. I said, no. Tunde Enod is a blogger, but he doesn't have a blog. His name is just Tunde Enod. Don Chaeule is a blogger. I don't need to have this blog, that blog. No, I don't operate like that. I'm a non-conformist. I don't do things that everybody do. I do things that are away from, and even when you look at my analysis, when people are doing, everybody's going left, Don Chaeule goes right. Highly opinionated. And I think that's what has set my blog above most of the bloggers. I don't do copy and paste. I don't do, what they call mod blogging, where everybody, okay, look at what happened the other time on the internet. Everybody posted about Jato Solita. I was the only person that did not post.
I was coming to that.
Yes, I know you will come to that, but you know why? Because there's some things people just like to post things that are trending. To be a blogger, like I said one time, you have to be an investigative journalist. You have to be someone that does what they call discoveries. Bring people, don't just be posting things that everybody knows, everybody is aware of. I have a slot my blog called Discovery where I get things that people are not, they're not things that are common. That's what sets me apart. And I didn't take today to be a blogger. I started 1 year ago, but guess what? I've been preparing for this blogging thing for a long time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying that. So I don't work with numbers as well. I might not have a lot. I think I have just 17,000 followers. People have 100 and something, 1 million. No, not 1 million though. There's no. Okay, I think 1 million. There's no 1 million. There's 1 million. Perpetual has 1.5.
Perpetual has 1.5.
Yes.
Anglophone.
Okay, Anglophone. No, it's mostly 120, 130. People have all of that numbers, right? I don't have that much numbers. But guess what? The bigger eyes are on me.
Recently, Jovi
followed me. Stanley Eno commented on my post the other time. Yeah. So it means that I have the possibility of uniting the both of them. Think about it.
I really like that. I like that. One thing I admire about you is self-confidence.
Trust me.
You believe in yourself a lot.
100%.
Don, let's get this straight.
Yeah.
I need facts.
Yeah.
Give me top 3 bloggers in Cameroon.
Top 3.
Yes.
Top 3 in Cameroon.
Yes.
Okay.
In
Cameroon entirely, yeah.
Yes.
I'll go first. I'll go for Besumbu. And number 2 I think it's a bracket. Can I do a bracket?
No problem.
I'll go for Future because I love the young man. He's really consistent.
Yeah.
And there's this guy. And I'm gonna be very honest with myself because trust me, the other day we had a small altercation on Facebook, but I respect him. That's Next Dim Empire.
Yeah.
I respect him. He's one of the few bloggers that I really respect because he does a lot of analysis and it takes his time, to write articles. That's blogging is all about writing articles. If you notice, I write articles almost on a daily basis. I try to look for topics that are not conventional and I write articles on them. So you not see in my blog, you not see things that maybe A is talking about, B is talking about. I try to create a niche to talk about. Like the other day I spoke about what's her name again? Chris M. I spoke about her monotonousness. That she's becoming a bit like lackluster, a bit monotonous in her singing. That's how you write articles, and I respect Next Dim for that. We might not be the best of friends right now because of what happened. He blocked me, and because of one small notification, I was asking for my credit. He took something from my blog and asking my credit. He was trying to beat about the bush. I didn't find that funny, so went on and on. So he blocked me because of that, but I still respect him. That to show you that I'm more mature. He has a fragile ego. He might be older than me, but he reasons like a child. I'm sorry to say it, but that's the truth. Because you not block me for a tiny misunderstanding. But to show you that I'm more mature than him, I've put him among my first 2. So first, Perpetual. Second bracket, Future. And Next Dim. Third, Don Chaeule Sangoku.
Oh! I feel it. which means in the Anglophone blogging sphere, you are second. Because if you remove Perpetual, who is
Yes, Francophone, yeah. Which means in Anglophone blogging sphere, if you want me to just put Anglophone blogging sphere, then there will be no bracket. It will be future, next dim, and done. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Oh, that's nice. I love
But to be honest, what are those after that? After those names, what are the other people? I'm not seeing nobody. Who are the bloggers after those videos I've called? Don, next dim. Let's forget about the francophone. Yeah. Don. Future, next dim. Don Chaeule. Who are those? Who are the other bloggers?
There is Zamani blog.
That's in Nigerian.
There is the hot
That's in Nigerian. The hot gem has fallen. The hot gem has fallen. It's a publicist, not a blogger. Yeah, let's go. Call the names. Call. I'm ready for it.
So you don't consider Mimi Mefo as a blogger?
Mimi Mefo is a journalist. I've always said it, and I'm always going to say I respect her as a journalist. I don't think she's a blogger. She has. You see, that's what they call award ceremonies. They do a lot of mistakes. Mimi Mefo is not a blogger. She's a journalist. Just like the other guy, the guy who has Cameroon National something, I don't forget. CNN. He's a journalist. He's a prolific journalist. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But everybody just wants to say, oh, this is a blogger, this is a blogger. Mimi Mefo is a journalist, and I respect her as a journalist.
Okay, what about Ade Divine and Cameroon Congo Sarkona?
Ade Divine is a sports analyst, a great one. But I don't think he's a blogger. I'm serious. I don't know why you guys mix names.
Don. What's your definition of a blogger? Maybe we don't know.
Okay.
Let's learn.
Okay.
The audience need to learn, and every other person.
It's simple, right?
Yeah.
A blogger is someone who disseminates information to the general public on social media. But now, because of the plurality of the sphere of the discipline, everybody is a blogger. But the truth of the matter is that blogging, like I said, is someone who disseminates information, who carries out investigation, and who understands what they call sociological importance. So you delve into your society and remove the things. That's what I do. Like I said, you investigate and you get discovery. You discover things. Like you can get to a society and you check what's happening in this society. What's happening? Oh, maybe there's now. Like I wrote one article about Buea, the price hikes on houses. Yeah. That's what they call a blogger. You discover things and you bring it to the limelight.
So platforms like Mimi Mefo and every other one, they do something like this now. Why don't you consider them as bloggers? Mimi Mefo is a journalist by profession. She's a journalist.
Yes.
But she has a blog, the Mimi Mefo Info. It's a blog where she actually posts. She's not the one who does all the
of course, yes.
the contents there. Mm-hmm. She doesn't even do 20% of everything there, because I know of freelancers even in Buea who work with Mimi Mefo. Yeah. They get information, they send to her, they send to her editor.
That's a news outlet.
Yes. It's a
news outlet.
Okay. What about better things? 237 Palava, 237 Showbiz.
They are bloggers, right? Of course, but I consider them as bloggers. Yes, those ones are bloggers. Even though
237 Showbiz. You didn't mention 237.
I didn't mention 237 Showbiz of my top three, but he could be number 4. He could be number 4, yeah. So come on. Yeah, he could be.
What about Better Things?
Better Things is I think Better Things is an agglomeration of a lot of things. To be honest, I'm serious. Like I respect Clarice Ndinge. She's a powerhouse. So limiting her as a blogger is tantamount to sacrilegious. It's sacrilegious. It's like you're taking, I don't know, a spoon out of the ocean. The girl or the lady is phenomenal. So I will not by any stance call her a blogger. She's more than a blogger. Yeah.
Done.
Yeah. Okay. That's why she didn't make my list.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. You know, the way you actually answer these questions, I even like these questions because seriously, you actually break them down.
Let me now say this now without mincing words, that I respect every 237 blogger. I understand that before I came in, there was some kind of a clique, and up till now, I'm very sure some of them have not accepted me into the fold.
For sure.
It's very clear.
When deals come, they don't actually consider.
They don't call. Somebody even wrote me one time. I was like, "Oh, Don, I want to put your name in the deal." And after like 2 days, I'm like, "What happened?" Like, I told somebody, and the person was like, "Nah, is that guy really a blogger?" I'm like, "Okay." So it's fine. You understand? I don't really care. I think between June and August. I've made over 1 million francs from blogging.
Wow.
Between June and August. So mine is not about, mine is not about people giving me deals. I'm a child of God. You understand? And I understand that people don't necessarily like me like that.
Yeah.
I definitely know that. Because why? I'm very outspoken. Some of the things I've said, some people might find it offensive, but that's the way I am. And I cannot change myself for anything. But guess what? I will tell you the truth. And if you hate me for it, that's fine. You understand? So they I know that they are still trying, like, oh, is this guy really? But I'm not one to move with cliques. Even when I was even when I'm in my comedy sphere, I don't move with cliques. I'm a lone wolf, a one-man army.
Chaeule.
Yeah.
Most people, from what I always read in the comment sections, most people often say that you left UK as a failed artist. You came into Cameroon, you went into comedy, you failed, you went to TV hosting, you failed, and now you are identifying yourself as a blogger. How do you feel about that, and what can you tell us?
Okay,
starting from your UK.
Great question. As an artist in the UK, I didn't fail because guess what? When I was in the UK, I was one of the best artists in the UK. That's all your mummies right now, all the Mama Talakus, Mommy Deli, and again Nora Brown. They were all like my daughters then because at that time I was the one that was popping. Yes, I'm honest. In 2016, they were nobodies in quotes. You understand?
Yeah,
I remember when I first went to, I mean, in 2016, they didn't have the followers they had now. I remember the first time I went to Birmingham, right, for a show. Matalaku was like, oh, you know, she was the one that actually welcomed me and did a lot of stuff for me. But at that time, I didn't know who she was. She was not the mommy we have now. Just like Deli and Nora Brown. Nora Brown did a show and invited me. I was like the head artist, right? The what's the word now?
The guest artist.
No, not guest artist. I was the main artist of the show.
Of the show.
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. I just forgot it. When I get it, I'll see. So I was like the main artist. Though I didn't fail. There was no party in the UK that I was not invited. Don't you? When I released Wokolo in 2016, it was a massive hit song. When I came back to Cameroon, I only decided not to continue music because I felt like the industry was a bit saturated.
When did you come back to Cameroon?
In 2017, December.
Oh, okay.
So I discovered that the industry was a bit saturated. So I had to move to comedy because at that time I felt like comedy wasn't really
Yes.
So I started comedy around 2019, 2 years after I released my 2 singles here. I came to when I did music for like a year. Because I had a hair shoes for 1 year and I did music in the whole of 2018. I released 2 singles, Paparazzi and Make 'Em. With JK. Shout out to JK, he's now in the UK, so we have switched codes. He has now gone to the UK and I'm now in Cameroon. Yeah, shout out to JK. He was on to produce those 2 songs. But I discovered that it wasn't really going. So I said, you know what? Why don't I look for a great area? Comedy wasn't, this skit thing was not very popular at the time. I started doing skits. I'm not saying I'm the first person to start doing skits, no, but I was one of the, like in 2019, 2020, alongside, I think, Taran Copies that started at that time, we're doing a lot of skits. You understand? So I cannot say I'm still into comedy. I still do skits. I still post my skits. Panga Pushnu, one of the biggest characters now in my comedy genre. That's me. I'm not saying that in Cameroon. I'm saying my own character because I have like 3, but he's like the most prominent character in my repertoire. Panga Pushnu and TV hosting. And so I cannot say I'm a failed artist. I only left music because I felt I didn't have the wherewithal to continue doing music.
You didn't have the what?
The wherewithal, like the means.
Okay.
Yes, the means, yeah. To continue doing music. And I also felt like the industry was a bit saturated. So I had to move to something that I felt like there was not many people at the time doing it. You understand? So I did a lot of skits 2019, 2020. And then TV hosting, I started working with a TV station in Douala. I think in 2023, I had my show, Cruise and Groove. And I had the show for a year. But guess what? The management felt like I was not bringing enough money to we didn't have a sponsor.
Yeah.
And
were you on your own or under any record label?
Or as a TV host?
No, let's talk about as an artist.
Okay, as an artist. No, I was indie.
Okay, so
I was indie. Yes, I was indie. I was not under any record label. And the way I do my things, I don't even feel like I would have accepted to be under any record label. Right. So as a TV host, I worked with, like I said, a TV station in Douala, and the management thought that I was not bringing enough money in terms of like revenue, sponsors. my show was every Friday.
Yeah.
Cruise and Groove. Every Friday from 4 to 5, right? And the person who asked me, the person who asked me for revenue, yeah, he has a show every day, from Monday to Friday, yeah, and the show has been going on for 5 years. There's no sponsor. So imagine the irony. You're asking me for sponsorship after 1 year
to do magic.
You want them to do magic, and I asked them a question. I said, "What about the entertainment value that my show brings to your television platform? Don't you see?" Cruise and Groove is one of the best shows, I think it was at the time. Yeah. It was a very entertaining show. I was talking about all what was happening in the industry and all of that. Don't you think that there's something there? Must it be always monetary? And by the way, how much are you guys even paying me? It's peanuts. And I understand, because I know Cameroon is the way it is. People, they don't really value entertainers like that. So I do these things for fun, because it's something that I love doing. Talking. I talk for a living. I'm an MC as well. So I love talking. So for me, it wasn't a problem. But then when they started asking me, "Oh, Don, you need to bring sponsors," and okay, 1 year was good. So did I feel I'm not
Don? If it was a different person, someone you might say, for example, you have a little beef, do you think the person will give you all these explanations and you consider it to be real?
A different person in how?
For example, let me say I'm Sir Bruno,
yeah.
You're Don. We have a beef, like, all these online.
Yeah, online, yes, right.
And then I come online, I'm like, I explain all these things just like you. Do you think you believe me? You consider like, okay, this is it?
The truth is that I don't really want anybody to believe me. It's my life. I don't work on anybody's opinions or anybody's acceptance. I'm one person that, first of all, with my nature, I've accepted myself the way I am, because people find it difficult, like, "Oh, this guy is an albino," and all of that, and sometimes, like I said, one of the other shows I attended, I said, sometimes I believe that the way I look makes me not to have certain deals. That people don't just like me, not because I'm not intelligent. Like I said, there's no blogger that writes better than me. I think there's only one blogger that writes that when I say writing, it's not just about using jargons, big grammar. Nah, I mean, when you read my articles, you can never start and you don't finish. Syntax. It's what you see, the way the lines develop from one sentence to another. Engaging power. There are very few bloggers who write like me. Very few. I can only count up to 2. You understand? So let me just learn. So there are very few bloggers that write like me. You dig what I'm saying? So I understand that people don't just like me, not because I'm not smart, because I'm not intelligent, not because I'm not funny. Because some people say, "Oh, you're not funny, your jokes are not funny, your comedy is not funny." I don't really care. If it doesn't make you laugh, it makes other people to laugh. Comedy is very subjective. Comedy differs from one person to another. The people who find Richard funny, the people who don't find Richard funny. Trust me.
Yeah, that's true.
That's life. The people who find Don Chaeule very hilarious. The other people say, "What's that guy doing?" So I'm not going to listen to your opinion and want to kill myself because somebody said, "Oh, your comments are not funny," or because somebody says you're not a blogger. No, I don't work on people's opinions. I dictate who I am. And I can be anybody at any time that I choose to be. I can say tomorrow I'm an actor. By the way, I've told 1 or 2 people that are doing movies, that are my colleagues or collaborators, that they should look for me a role, because I'm about to dabble in the movie industry. Yeah, that's who I am. I'm just a versatile young man who loves doing a lot of stuff that has to do with entertainment. Should I put myself in one small cocoon to please people?
No.
Exactly. Should I put myself in a small box to please people, to please online people who I don't have nothing to do with them, people who don't know me? I can't do that. That's what they call shortchange. I'll be shortchanging myself if I do that.
Don, we are in the Anglophone region, right?
Exactly.
And Pidgin English, we actually talk Pidgin English a lot.
Yeah.
And if consider these Pidgin blogs like 237 Palava, Better Things, Kongosa Corner, and all the like as bloggers. I didn't say that.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
Before tomorrow, you go and put it there.
Okay. No. I was coming to this question. That what's your take about Pidgin blogs?
Okay, let me just correct that impression.
Yeah.
I didn't say I don't consider 237 Showbiz. 237 Showbiz should be number 4 after me. I said that.
I won't say anything like that. No, yes. I didn't mention 237 Showbiz.
Okay, 237 Palava.
I said 237 Palava, Better Things.
Better Things is more than a blog.
Okay.
And Better Things, like I said, is more than a blog to me. So she's like the godmother.
I just wanted to find out your
yeah, my take. The other 2 people you called, to be honest, they are not my cup of tea, so it's fine. But yeah, Pidgin blogging I do my assistant, Miss Bex.
Yes.
As the hot.
Yeah.
One of the most prominent pidgin narrations you can find.
Seriously?
Everybody loves As the hot. If people will be like, oh yeah, pidgin is stressing me, but trust me, that pidgin, when you read it, there's hyperbole, there's metaphor, there's irony, there's every literary device, but now you find it in pidgin, the lingua franca that people are used to. Miss Bex is one of my, she's my assistant, she's in Nigeria, but Cameroonian. She writes that. So I have respect for pidgin bloggers, and as a matter of fact, better things inspire that particular segment.
It takes a lot of creativity to write pidgin.
Of course it does. And that's why I say that if I don't consider pidgin, I don't know if they're pidgin bloggers or whatever, I don't know what that's called, but I have respect for pidgin, and that's why there's a slot on my blog called As the Hot, where my assistant Miss Bex writes in pidgin. All the other people who write pidgin, they cannot really compare with Miss Bex. Miss Bex is good. When you read her pidgin, you know that this woman has studied some pidgin pidginology. So when I was in Michigan College, I used to love a lot of music. At the time in 2003, I think I was in Form 2 or Form 3. There was Coupe de Calais raining at the time, and they used to call me DJ Chaeule. And this is how I got the name. There was a song by Sumbio, where he said Sumbila Chaeule.
Yeah, Chaeule.
That Chaeule. In French is Tueula. But the way he said it was very fast, like Sumbila Chaeule. So I just said Chaeule. I just use that part now to call me Chaeule, and that's how everyone was like DJ Chaeule. So that is from that song that I got that. Yeah.
Okay. What about I've been hearing this name, the Sangoku.
The Sangoku.
What does that mean?
It was from my song Wokolo. The first song I ever did in 2016, September 9th. So we're celebrating 8 years of Wokolo in a few days because we're getting September. So that was the song I did that gave me that name, Le Sangoku Jomiko. Because when I said that, Don Chaeule, Le Sangoku Jomiko. So that was like my alias, my AKA. Mm-hmm. Yes.
So Don, why did you travel to UK?
For my masters.
For your masters. So after your masters,
I worked for a while. And I felt like it wasn't my place. And I've always said it before, and I'm still going to say it. As an entertainer, you lose a lot staying abroad. You lose a lot as an entertainer staying abroad. It's preferable you stay in your country, you go there, you work the money and bring it here. It's going to have high value than staying abroad. Most entertainers who go abroad disappear in the thin air. They evaporate like ice.
That's true.
So while I was there, I worked as a corporate officer in a recruitment agency because I have a master's in business administration. At the University of Gloucestershire, and I always say that I'm the only MC, the only blogger, the only comedian with an MBA from a prestigious university in the UK. That's on period. So going forward, like I said, I knew already that working there was not my cup of tea because I've always had a knack for entertainment. Ever since I explained the story, ever since I was in Form 2, Form 3, I already love music. They already call me DJ Chaeule. Mm-hmm. From my classmates who were listening to this radio. Yes, they will get it. Yeah, I've always been a clown. I always loved making people laugh and all of that. So those talents were already inert from way back. So in the UK, I just knew that I was going to sharpen my educational fangs so that I could talk like the way I'm talking, and I could, also
very fluent.
Yeah, and I also, write well.
Yeah.
So when people say, oh, don't you, you went to the UK and you came back only with the English language? Yes, that's what I did. And I'm proud of it. Yeah. And one thing about me is that I insult myself a lot. So you cannot insult me. You cannot shame the shameless. Yeah, I'm one of those people, I don't play with insulting myself. I speak down on myself so that whatever anybody writes online, I'm like, it's okay. So,
one thing I respect is the fact that despite the fact that people actually use it against you for, you've been an artist, you've been this and that. To me, I see you having that strength of not giving up.
That's it.
Imagine being an artist, you decide to
switch.
You switch into comedy, you decided to do TV hosting, and
there's nobody doing what I'm doing. There's no blogger who is a comedian, who has done TV host, who has been an artist. I'm the only one in my lane.
You can still do all that.
I can still do all of that.
So a question is, what if a record label comes to you with, say, about 100 million and decides to invest in you, will you go back to music or you continue with blogging?
I think music has always been my first love, to be honest. Music comedy always been my first love. Blogging was just something I just delved into because I felt like I could write, but the core of my talent, lingers around music and comedy. So if somebody invests in me, and by the way, exclusive on the Untold podcast, I think I'll go back to music next year.
Oh wow!
Yeah, but it might not be fully. It might just be my fans are yearning. They're like, oh, don't you? We miss that Vocalo vibes. We are missing that Vocalo vibe. Give us that vibe. So I think, God willing, next year we might just delve into, music. Now that Jovi and I are very good friends, maybe you might feature in my next song. Who knows? Hands crossed or fingers crossed.
We are coming to Jovi. Then you have your colleague 237 Palava who has never considered you to be a good
comedian. I just feel like 237 Palava is low key a fan.
Yeah.
Shout out to him, by the way. He's low key a fan. And I think he that's his own way of promoting people. He just jibes you and just say some things under the belt. And if you are really not careful, you might get upset with that. Meanwhile, he's just doing what he does most.
Just like the misunderstanding they had. He had a misunderstanding with Nixie.
Oh, that thing about I saw it.
And I wanted to ask you the question that if I have a deal and let's say we have a misunderstanding and I have a deal, you are considered to be one of the best you get, and I decide to put you on the project. And after putting on the project, I bring screenshots, post on my Facebook page, and I'm like, even though we consider ourselves to be, we are beefing ourselves online, but this is a project that I've actually given.
Like I said before,
how will you feel?
I know the question. I know. Like I said before, Next Team has a very fragile ego. He might be older than us in the blogging field, but I think he has a small mind. Without any disrespect to him, because doing that for me was very puerile, very childish. It was not needed. What point are you trying to prove? And that's why he blocked me. That was very childish too. So he's just doing the repetitiveness of his puerile nature. So yeah.
Is there a need for a bloggers union in Cameroon or Anglophone entertainment industry?
To be fair, I'm not one of those people who really like those things.
I don't love to associate.
Not like I don't love to associate. I just feel like people are a handful to deal with. I don't do well with the word I'm looking for. I don't do well with not with crowd, but with people's management. That's human resource. So I like to always be on my lane. That's why people say, "Oh, don't you like? We don't want you to like up before your own place." And that's I've learned to live like that. So, but on the flip side, I feel like bloggers union will also help to do a lot of, because pricing and all of that, people take different prices for different things and all of that, and sometimes you can meet somebody, but I know I bet 10k, I bet 15k, I bet this one, and somebody else will go and take lower than that, and then so a blogger union will help to agree on a certain price, and then we can just have like a price ceiling where it doesn't cross and all of that. So then that's important. But aside from that, I don't think it's really important. Everybody should just be doing what they're doing, and yeah.
That's great.
I think they had that thing one time. I had gossiping, had to make everybody left.
No, it was just a WhatsApp.
Okay, it was a WhatsApp forum. What's the difference? It's the same thing. If it happens in WhatsApp forum, it's not going to happen.
There wasn't any physical meeting.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Don Chaeule.
Yes, Miss Joy.
The industry, right?
Yeah.
Social media users, comment section warriors.
Yeah.
Said that you got tired of beefing with Jovi, and that is why you decided to carry his back. So how true is that?
I didn't beef with Jovi. I don't think I've ever beefed with him.
You back then you were not cool with Jovi.
No, I've never been. Let me tell you something about me. Yeah. I remember there was a time I came back from the UK and Jovi had a concert. I bought a ticket for that concert. But when I came, I said something. I said, "Oh, I think Jovi should have sang in English." When he was speaking in French, and I wrote a comment that why is Jovi speaking only in French? He should have spoken in English. I think that was in 2017, right? And I think at that time I had a serious beef online with Danny Green, because Danny Green was one of the Boko Gang members.
Yeah. At
that time he was a strong Boko Gang member. And today, unfortunately, he's now with
he has his own gang.
Now he's with Stanley. Yes, I mean, he even featured in his latest clip. So we had a serious fight that time, because I felt like he should have spoken a bit in English. I think that's the only time where I've attacked Jovi and things like that. I think that's the only time. Aside from that, I'm very opinionated. I'm always very pensive. The fact that Jovi and I are close now does not mean that if he doesn't mean tomorrow that it's not right, I'm not going to call him out. You understand what I'm saying? That's the kind of person I am. So because Jovi has followed me now, and then we're all cool, if he does something wrong tomorrow, I'm going to write about it. And before I write about it now publicly, I'll have to write to him personally, because now we have a relationship. You understand? So I've never really, I don't think I do well with all those nomenclatures. Yeah, I don't think I do well with that. So I love Jovi, and I'm glad that he loves me back. He's one of the biggest fans of my blog. I'm his biggest fans as well in his music and everything. So I think we have a mutual respect for each other. And that's why I always say that, I don't force things. I don't write every day about Jovi, but he's following me. And some people will write every day about him. He's not following them. You think it's because of, no, it's just respect. I think that's the only time I've spoken about. I always say this. I respect Jovi because he's one of the people that has brought a lot of talents to the limelight. Say what you have to say about him, but I respect people like Jovi, Petit Pays, Mr. Leo, Salatiel, who give the younger ones an opportunity to shine. I don't take that for granted because I know how difficult it is to sponsor a talent. That's why every time you see people quarreling about a record label, I'm just like, I'm always trying to take the side of the record label until I hear the other side of the story. So Jovi and I don't think that just for that one time we have been cool. So it was not like beefing. The person I beefed with that was even serious a bit was Cameroon tools, and maybe like what's this guy called? What's this guy called? Wax Day.
Yeah.
But Jovi and I have never had an exchange of.
Recently, I saw a picture of you at Lionsgate of Cameroon tools.
Yeah.
You met him.
I met him.
You didn't react negatively.
Why would you react negatively? I'm now big. I'm now big Don.
Big boy. you had an issue.
It's 2 years ago,
Yeah,
so I
2
mean,
years
come
ago.
on, that's a long time.
And Cameroon was like, you should come.
Yeah, he was sending people to yeah. But I think he's doing well. I agree. Like he was actually having a haircut, so I could not take like a selfie. But I think we have mutual respect for each other. Shout out to him, by the way.
Don, you were very, very troublesome. I think so.
At one time, yeah, one time.
2 years ago.
I accept. I do accept that.
Very good.
I was poking a lot of holes on people.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what actually changed? Is it maturity, age?
I was telling somebody that day, and I said,
or because you're now a blogger.
I said when I watch I said when I watch all people saying, "Oh, mixing committee and all of that," I laugh because I used to do that a lot. Even while I was in the UK, not even in Cameroon, while I was there, I used to be a shooter par excellence. Like I used to know how to bring, I could say things that would get to you. I remember one time, let me say this here. One time, one of my friends had a birthday. I think one of her friends or something like that. She wanted me to say something to her that would make her to cry. And I wrote a message and I sent to that girl, my friend, the girl, and I sent it to her friend. And she recorded her friend was really like crying and all that. So I'm very good with words. I play with words a lot. You understand? Whether it's in English or it's in pidgin. So generally speaking, if you want to really go that dragging, all of that, I don't see anybody that can succeed. That's way back. Not now. Now I don't tire. I'm giving way. You understand? I've dragged a couple of people online, and trust me, it was always in my favor. Because apart from saying Mukala and I don't see all that song, what else can you tell me? No, it's true. That's true. That's what they always tell me now. Oh, this Mukala, go on that song. Pasamoto. That's all. But guess what? I have an avalanche of insults. That when I hit on you like that, boom! You say, hey, this guy.
It's been considered that as a blogger, you shouldn't take sides and all the like you get. So people might feel that maybe because you are into blogging now, that's why you've changed. Because back then, me, I'm not done now.
Yeah.
I know you.
Yeah, no, it's true. You're right. No, I think it's maturity, not even about blogging. I feel like when you get to a certain age, you look at certain things and you're like, Masa, why should I be? And also, I feel like at certain point in life, yeah, it's good to experience everything. At that time, I was in a place where I wanted to be a big gangster. I wanted to just be, yeah. But now, I'm in a place where I'm trying to be a mature, calm. So I don't have to, even now, you see when somebody drives me, I just want to reply very nicely under. There's like, so that time somebody told me, when I took that picture, Somebody told me, look very well, Mr. Don. I'm like, oh, bro, I beg, so me the shine. Don't worry, next time I'll do better. You know? So at first, I would have dragged that person. So I think I'm just in a place of love. I'm just in a place of happiness. And it has nothing to do with blogging or anything. But yeah, as also good. I don't believe that as a blogger, you should not take sides. I don't know who said that. As a blogger, when you give an opinion, what's that? You're taking sides. That's what I said. That's what I said. People don't know what blogging is all about. You're supposed to inform people, and there are also instances where you're supposed to bring out what you think about this particular thing, or who you are with. For example, if people are fighting, and then you come and you see this person says this and this person says that, in reporting the story, you definitely not take sides, but you have to also give your opinion why they were fighting, and so indirectly you're taking sides because your opinion is going to rest on the dispute, right? You're not going to say A was fighting B. Why was A fighting B? And what do you think about the fight? What you think about the fight is your opinion about the fight, and that can be considered as taking sides.
You've been in the entertainment industry for a while now.
Yes.
What are some of the challenges you face because you are an albino?
Okay. I always like to say that, you see, this question is very dear to my heart, and I always love when maybe a journalist or people who have podcasts ask me this question. I've always said it, and I'm going to still say it. I'm an ambassador. An albino ambassador. Anywhere I go, I must talk about the plight of albinos. Albinism is something that a lot of people will never understand. No matter how you try to understand it, you never understand unless you are an albino. And that's why I said that the one time I said the fact that albinos have come out of their shell to be entertainers, it should be celebrated. You should be giving us deals back to back. You should be supporting us, because there are many of us who are not able to do what we are doing. There are many people who would look at you and say, oh, that's Don Chaeule. He's an albino. He's confident. He's great. He's gorgeous. He's intelligent. He's fantastic. He's phenomenal. If he's doing this thing, I can do it. So I'm like a lamplight. I'm like a role model to so many albinos. But a lot of people want to take me back.
You motivate them.
Yes, I motivate them. But a lot of people are so funny in the way they think. They want me to still remain in the back door, in the back seat. That man, I want to do so. That man, it's not cool. And I said it already. I said Mola Mongombe and Boitak are not where they are because they are albinos. And I stand to be corrected.
Wow.
In Cameroon, who are the rappers that are more than Boitak? Who are the people who sing better than Mola Mongombe? There are not many of them. In Nijan, there are not many. But where are they? When I talk, they said, no, I even heard the Mola Mongombe went on air and said, oh, he's fine, he's this. It's fine. That's his problem. If he chooses to say he's fine, okay. That's cool. But I know that most albino entertainers are not up to par, myself included, because of the fact that we are albinos. And no matter how they try to repaint it, to retell it, that truth remains unshakable. So one of the challenges I face as an albino entertainer is because a lot of people do not like my face. Pun intended. One of the challenges I face as an albino entertainer is because a lot of people don't like my face.
Wow.
Why? What's the hate for? I know I'm gonna be a handful, but trust me, those who know me personally will tell you I'm a sweet soul. And those who have worked with me will tell you how professional I am.
For sure.
So I want to beg everyone listening to this podcast and everyone that will listen to it subsequently that you should encourage every albino, not just entertainers, even the ones in your neighbors, in your neighborhood, your school, your church. Please encourage them, support them, love them, because like I said, you can never understand the plight of an albino unless you're an albino. So I cannot explain this to anybody. No matter how I try to explain it, you will not understand. Somebody will say, that man is playing a victim card. He's playing a victim card. I said one time, you go to America, you complain of racism, that white people are treating you bad. You come to Africa, and you treat your own fellow brothers bad because in quotes, they are Bukala. It's wrong. By all standards, it's wrong. You know? It should not even be a topic of discussion in 2024, but trust me that people who are still nonchalant, excuse my French, they don't want to accept. And they know themselves. I'm saying this and they are listening, and they will listen. But guess what? Karma will always come to anybody. If you feel like because I'm an albino, you don't give me a deal, guess what? God is there. There are people who are going to love me for who I am, and they are going to bring the deal that is even bigger than yours.
For sure.
So by sharing the light, with sharing the sky or sharing the light with somebody will not dim your light. When I give you what I tell you that when nobody has done that for me, right?
Yeah.
Nobody has given me a deal, no blogger, nobody. But I have given 3 bloggers that are young, that I consider them young. Because why? Why should I be? Because nobody gave me. Why should I think that, oh, nobody has given me, let me not give anybody? No, life is not like that. So they know what I can do, but they prefer to go and give somebody else.
And
but guess what?
Do it better.
Guess what? I still dress well, speak well than all of them. Thank you.
Don't.
Yeah.
Let's get back into the entertainment industry. There is actually a trending topic.
Yeah.
Online. I just want us to talk a little bit about it because that's not,
of course,
actually our topic for today.
Yeah.
My reason why I'm bringing this here because we need to talk about crisis management when it comes to the entertainment industry.
Very true.
Do you think what the management of Jato Sonita did with the press conference was good? Because you've actually not said anything much about the Jato Sonita saga.
Yeah, and like I said before, when I wrote it on my blog, and I was like, I felt like when that topic broke from Clement, I saw it, and in my mind I was like, okay, this is a sensitive topic. Should I just follow the bandwagon and share like everybody's doing? Nah, let me try and see what I can find out for myself. And I called 1 or 2 people that I know that are maybe close to, and they didn't really have much to tell me about the thing. So I decided that, okay, you know what, since I don't know anything, let me just leave it for time, because time is obviously the thing that's going to expose everything. So the whole press conference, that's the way they wanted to push the whole Jato Sonita stuff with the press conference. I don't have an idea if it's good or it's bad. That's their management. That's what they wanted to do, and I feel like they did it in their own form, and a lot of people are criticizing it. A lot of people are happy about it. That's what social media is all about. There are a lot of camps now. People are for and people are against. But what I feel at the end of the day is that a talent is being attacked. A young talent, for that matter, is being at the verge of being destroyed because of certain things that could be handled a bit differently. Yeah, like I said something the other day. I said on someone that if I was the one who had that story, and I was very certain that it was the uncle that told me, I would have asked the uncle, "Are you sure you can do an interview?" Good. I take a video, or if I'm not in a country, I call one of my assistants. Can you go and interview the uncle? And I post so that it comes from the uncle's mouth, with an evidence, a video, not just posting. Because when you just post, it becomes problematic. People are doubting, okay, where's the uncle that you said that did that? You understand? So, so it's a whole, and then people now start, and then it's a child. And you know how people are very emotionally attached to children. Mm-hmm. Yes. So the odds will be against you. So personally, I will not post that story the way, it came out. And the management has all right to do whatever they are doing because they're trying to protect their artists. Because they feel like their artist is being attacked.
I actually respect you for being neutral when it comes to that topic because I know a lot of people were actually waiting for you to give your own point of view. Yeah. That you decided to be mute on the topic.
Of course.
So let's talk about Cameroon music as in evolution.
Yeah.
And our artists. You're now a blogger and you have a lot when it comes to talking about our music,
yes,
our artists, maybe how they can give back to the community, how they actually relate with your fans and all the like. First, let's start with the music itself. How do you see Cameroon music as compared to back in the days when Mr. Leo and Salatier, they were together and Alpha Beta Records and all the like? What do you think about the music that they actually produce now?
Okay, very, very, very important question. Thank you so much for that question. Very insightful. I said something one time that I was still doing comedy, and I said that in no distant time, comedy is going to take over music in this country. Those who were following me at that time, I was not in a blog. I was never using my blogging page. I was just using my Don Chaeule. I said it, and I'm glad that it's coming to pass. Not like I'm glad, but that's what's happening now. So the music right now is topsy-turvy. It's hanging on a scale balance. So sometimes it goes up, it comes down. They've lost that X factor. They've lost that X factor. They don't have that vavavoom anymore. They don't have that push. Music now is more like cold food. You know when you eat cold food, right?
Yeah.
It slaps them out in a bad way. It's so I don't know why or what is happening. An artist like Blash Bailey will drop a good song, but look at she's struggling to promote it. The numbers are not there anymore. People are saying that, oh, it's TikTok, or it's this, it's that. I don't really know what the problem is. But I feel like we need to, all of us in collective, both the artists, the producers, the dancers, the fans, we need to get back to the drawing board. There's a lot of lackadaisical and lackluster in the milieu of Cameroonian music, especially contemporary, like in the last 3 years. The only person who is struggling to put their head above water is Kosi.
Yeah.
Most artists are struggling. And the funny thing is that even the A-list artists are in that category. So there's a problem. I feel like we need to try to redefine our sound from the production, because, you know, a lot of beats now, I feel like we need to do something. Especially now with the advent of TikTok, we need to try to create trends, create choreography that's going to match with the song, and just try to impose ourselves. We're not doing that much when it comes to music. Comedy, yes, there's a lot of imposition in comedy now, but music is lacking behind.
But you made a post one time talking about artists always wanting to push their music through TikTok and dance. You even made mention of one artist who dropped a song.
Yeah.
She's actually sleeping from one TikToker's.
That was exaggeration.
Yeah.
That was Hyperboy.
Yeah, that was Hyperboy.
Yeah,
Understand
Mm-hmm.
that the artist is just trying to dance with
every TikToker
in order to push the narratives and all the like. And you mentioning that we need to come up with trends on TikTok to push. Are you not trying to?
I'm not contradicting myself. No, what I'm saying is that what I said was the artist was a bit overdoing it, like, you know, try this. And I asked the question. I said it wasn't like I was angry about the whole TikTok. I'm saying that is TikTok shortchanging or shortening the lifespan of our music in the country? That was the question. That was the fundamental caption of my article. And I went further to say that there's a lot of artists who have dropped songs with TikTokers, and in less than 3 months, the songs have disappeared. So what I'm trying to say now is that if you want to promote songs on TikTok, then let's be intentional about it. Let's start from our dancing, our choreography, the video. What is there in the video? What are the dance steps? And like I said, sometimes even this natural promotion is even the best. This thing that you go and force people to dance a song, it never works. Most of the songs that have trended are songs that have naturally related.
Yes, discover the song.
They resonate naturally with the people. Yeah. Yes, they discover the song and then boom, they take it. So when you go and tell this one, dance this one, dance this one, dance this one, it doesn't really work. So that's the question. That was like the other person and Franck still problematic.
So is it that maybe the fans are tired of supporting this artist? The artists don't give back to the community. Okay, shout out to Kosi and his team. Recently, he made mention that he's going to share 10 million to his friends worldwide and everything. Do you think
hope it's not audio money?
Oh.
I'm just asking.
No, it's not audio money.
Okay.
They started it already.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
All right,
he posted it, I think, yesterday. On his platform.
Okay, that's great. Shout out to Kosi.
Yeah. So, do you think other artists should
emulate that example?
Because without the fans, you can't have the numbers.
Yeah, you know, I said it one time that Cameroonian fans are.
Yeah, it was on a TikTok live. J Martin.
Yeah, okay, that way there. I said Cameroonian fans are highly entitled. No disrespect, but what are we giving these artists that we seem to be asking too much from them? Where are the numbers? Where are the streams? And I don't want to hear people saying, oh, population. Tanzania has a population of 60 million. But that artist, Diamond Platinum, is the most followed artist on YouTube. Burna Boy is coming with 4 million. Diamond Platinum has 9-point-something million subscribers. That's 5 million difference. With Nigerian population now is times 3. I'm say times 3. Times 5.
Yes.
Of the Tanzania. So I don't want us to. This for me is a very lazy argument that we're Cameroon, we don't have the population. No, if we have passionate fans, we're going to have passionate artists. In Latin, the Latin says Nemo. There's a phrase that says, or there's a saying, a maxim in Latin maxim that says Nemo dat quo non habet. No one gives what they don't have. And an artist is only going to be passionate when they have passionate fans. Our fans are tremendously entitled. They'll see you in Santa Lucia, they want you to greet them first. Don't show them, no, better show. No, don't show them, pass up two slippers. That one I will save myself. Forget about that. Now, Bukalama will beg me, listen. Or Mr. Rina will save. Mr. Rina, we need to stop. If we really want artists to be spending money back to back, we need to give them that love, support, that respect. You see a celebrity, you should rush to take a picture. It starts from there. It just makes you, it gives a celebrity a certain, on appelle ça en français, a certain je ne sais quoi. You know, a joie de vivre. You see a celebrity come and hug you, you feel, you will make you want to do more. But when you see somebody say, hey, see that one. you go to your room depressed. How are you going to be passionate? No, let's be honest. It starts from little things like that. Mm-hmm. How are you going to be passionate when you see a celebrity? You need to start from little. So I feel like we need to go back and say, all of us collectively, artists, fans, producers, dancers, TikTokers, everybody, we need to go back to the drawing board and ascertain where the problem is. If not, maybe in the next 5 years, 10 years, we're going to be having more artists. We're not going to have any artists. We have more of comedians now. Like I told somebody, I said every record label now, I should invest in an artist, find 2 comedians and also invest in them. Because guess what? The artists might not bring you money, but the comedians will bring you money. Mm-hmm. So as you're signing artists, record label owners, please sign comedians.
Just like what Akumba Music Man is doing.
Yes, he's a smart guy. Shout out to him. I love the guy. What's his name again? Achunoma. He's a smart guy. He has signed almost 3, right?
Yeah.
That's how every record label should be thinking. Because trust me, in the next 4 years, comedy is taking over. Whether it's in Africa, in Cameroon, Nigeria, or in Ghana, the numbers are there. Mm-hmm. So while you're signing an artist and spending 10 million, look for a comedian who's spending 2 million and 3 million. Look at what happened in the USA. It's the Diaspora Night of Comedy. Sold out. When last did you see an artist with that kind of crowd? In America, in the US.
So talking about comedy sector in the Anglophone entertainment industry, what do you think about it as in the Spaco and every other person traveling to America, UK?
Yeah, no,
Dubai,
to be honest, I don't have anything to say. If I say anything that is contrary, I'm proud of the comedy industry and I'm proud to be part of it. And I'm proud that I dropped the skit today. I've never left comedy. I don't know why people have this impression that I've left. I've never left and I'll never leave comedy. I'm a stand-up comedian. I just do skits because I want to, I want to just follow the trend. I'm more of stand-up. And I'm proud to see stand-up guys because at first it was mostly skits guys who were traveling. Spaco, senior pastor, going abroad. It's a great testament of work, hard work, and consistency and passion. So I cannot gainsay the fact that comedy is actually the one flying the Cameroon flag high right now. And I know that in the next few years, it's only going to be way better than this. Everybody's traveling.
For sure.
Everybody's traveling. Everybody's jet setting now. That was not before. In the last 2 years, 3 years ago, it wasn't like that. That's growth. That's progress. That's why I said that as a record label, be signing comedians. Look for them and sign them. They're the future.
You're right.
Yeah.
Let's touch everything. Let's talk about movies.
Okay.
With the recent trend of young people doing movies, going into movie production and targeting YouTube. Yeah. What's your take about that as well?
Okay, YouTube. Well, to be honest, I don't know how much. I had to say YouTube pays, I think $2,000 for every. Is it 1 million views? I might be wrong, but that's what I heard. So I stand to be corrected, by the way. I'm not very sure, but I had $2,000 for every 1 million views. What else are going to have 1 million views in Cameroon? No, tell me. Let's be honest with ourselves. Highest 300,000 views. Maybe that might not be up to $700 or something. So what I want to say is that